These are facts.
And what do you plan to do if this whole dream of yours doesn't work
That
out?
doesn't even enter my consciousness.
It's only a matter of time before I'm staring at you from the cover of a Wheaties box.
These are facts.
And what do you plan to do if this whole dream of yours doesn't work
That
out?
doesn't even enter my consciousness.
It's only a matter of time before I'm staring at you from the cover of a Wheaties box.
These are facts.
And what do you plan to do if this whole dream of yours doesn't work
That
out?
doesn't even enter my consciousness.
It's only a matter of time before I'm staring at you from the cover of a Wheaties box.
These are facts.
And what do you plan to do if this whole dream of yours doesn't work
That
out?
doesn't even enter my consciousness.
It's only a matter of time before I'm staring at you from the cover of a Wheaties box.
These are facts.
And what do you plan to do if this whole dream of yours doesn't work
That
out?
doesn't even enter my consciousness.
It's only a matter of time before I'm staring at you from the cover of a Wheaties box.
These are facts.
And what do you plan to do if this whole dream of yours doesn't work
That
out?
doesn't even enter my consciousness.
It's only a matter of time before I'm staring at you from the cover of a Wheaties box.
These are facts.
And what do you plan to do if this whole dream of yours doesn't work
That
out?
doesn't even enter my consciousness.
It's only a matter of time before I'm staring at you from the cover of a Wheaties box.
These are facts.
And what do you plan to do if this whole dream of yours doesn't work
That
out?
doesn't even enter my consciousness.
It's only a matter of time before I'm staring at you from the cover of a Wheaties box.
These are facts.
And what do you plan to do if this whole dream of yours doesn't work
That
out?
doesn't even enter my consciousness.
It's only a matter of time before I'm staring at you from the cover of a Wheaties box.
These are facts.
And what do you plan to do if this whole dream of yours doesn't work
That
out?
doesn't even enter my consciousness.
It's only a matter of time before I'm staring at you from the cover of a Wheaties box.
These are facts.
And what do you plan to do if this whole dream of yours doesn't work
That
out?
doesn't even enter my consciousness.
It's only a matter of time before I'm staring at you from the cover of a Wheaties box.
Check, check, check. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. What is going on? How are we doing? Happy Monday, March 2nd. Welcome to the new month. It's officially a new month. Llama in the building. Good to see you, brother. I hope you're doing well. Happy Monday. Hope you had a nice weekend. We are back. Gaming Daily Live. It is a brand new week and we got a brand new episode. My name is Icy Gaming, your host for today's evening. Kind of a chill, well, other than like World War III breaking out, and like, 9/11 for crypto Twitter, kind of a chill, like, crypto gaming news day. At least there is a bunch of crazy news going on in the world, but as far as crypto gaming goes, like, we definitely got some crazy stories to talk about. Legend of Ymir, their championship, the Cambria sale is happening right now, the pre-sale. I'm in the US, so I can't get into it, but we got a calculator courtesy of Yellow Panther that we're going to take a look at. We're going to touch back in on Magic Eden. There was a little bit more drama that I wanted to speak about. Pokemon's Pokopia is setting records as the highest rated Pokemon game of all time. Of all time? I don't know what is going on with that. That seems hard to that's a hard pill to swallow. But it's highly rated. So we're going to talk about that and so much more. We also have a crazy exciting week planned this week. Tomorrow we are going to have Peyton from the Wolves DAO, Kazuna, and I guess just GDC coming on. I can't wait to talk to him. On Wednesday, we have Tim Yoista from Project O, Origins TCG coming on. I think they have a town hall tomorrow. And then Wednesday, we're going to talk to him about the town hall and about their upcoming tournament and everything going on over there. Thursday, we're going to have Sam Stefanina on, talking Remix, talking Gamified, talking Wolves plans for GDC. It's going to be dope. I'm super excited for all of those interviews. And then the Friday show, we're probably just going to like recap anything that we missed in the week. Oh, also big updates. Llama, I need you to know about this. We're going to tell everyone that has been tuning into the stream. We are also going to be changing the format and the structure for the show, for the live stream. So we are going to move the show up an hour. So I usually start streaming at 6 p.m. EST my time. We're going to bump that up 1 hour to 5 p.m. EST. So whatever time it is for your local time zone right now, anyone tuning in, we're push that up 1 hour. That is going to be the new start time of the show. I hope that still works for everybody's time zones. Hopefully it's not too late, too early. Hopefully you guys can still make it. And we can keep this thing rocking. But the reason we're doing that is because we're also making another. Okay, good, Llama. Good to hear that. I'm very happy. I didn't want to lose you, brother. The other reason that we're doing that, the other big change that we're making to the show, we were talking about it last week, man. Like, we're talking about 30, 40 different news stories touching in on everything that's happening in crypto gaming. I am very passionate about that. Like, I love following the updates from these games. Doji in the chat. What up, brother? I love, like, I don't know. There's just something about it. But here's the thing. Like, man, it just, like, it just doesn't move the needle. Like, I could have talked about a Treeverse update today. There's a Moku update. There was a bunch of little updates where I'm just like, is this what I'm really excited about and really passionate about? And do I think other people care? And is it worth their time? And are the games appreciating the coverage that we are providing? And as much as I love it, I actually think that answer is kind of no. Like, I don't know if you guys care about, 10, 20% of the games that, like, we try to cover. It doesn't seem like they are caring about it. They're not, like, supporting it. And I'm just, and also, like, we're spending all this time on all these games that are just kind of wasting our time. And I'm just, like, annoyed by that because I put so much time and energy into this. So I'm like, why are we doing it? Like, why do it? Why do it? Why are we talking about all this stuff that, like, does not matter? And so the big change, but what I love doing, I love bringing the interviews. I love actually talking to the people and finding out more about their game, their story, what they're doing, and creating more content and clips around that. And so we are going to continue to lean heavily into the interviews. I kind of want to bring someone on like every day, Monday through Thursday. My plan and my goal is to bring someone on the show Monday through Thursday, 4 interviews a week. And then Friday, we will just kind of have, a free day where any of the big news that we missed, we can kind of circle back and talk about, what you missed. And so the new format for the show, Llama, Chloe in the chat, Doji, appreciate y'all. We're going to start the show at 5 p.m. EST. We're going to go about 30 minutes to talk about like the top 3 or 4 main stories instead of, 30. And then we will bring a guest on from 5:30 to 6, but usually those will go like, a little bit over 45 minutes, maybe an hour. And then that way it's a little bit more reasonable for everybody's time as well. I don't want to bring someone on at like 7 o'clock at night and then we're chatting and everything. So I'm really excited to continue interviewing projects. I want to interview everybody, man. Like I want to talk to, I was talking about the other day. I just saw Min Dynasty post a video earlier interviewing, Garga and Gordon from the Bored Ape Yacht Club. I mean, I want to I have an interview with Hilmar from CCP, EVE Online and EVE Frontier scheduled for GDC. So I'm really excited about that one. I want to talk to more people because me just talking about these games and trying to support them and give them free marketing and free distribution, it's just not working. It's not enough. Yes, The Long Night Shade, that is a vinyl for Awaken My Love by Childish Gambino, which I bought at the Childish Gambino concert. So we went, supported, dude, the best live performance concert I have ever been to. Oh my goodness, the production around Childish Gambino was insane. You can see, let me see if I can. Look at that thing. Look at that thing. Look at that thing. The production on his show was just insane. And so we had to cop the vinyl. TSG in the building. What up, brother? What up? Welcome. So yeah, guys, that is going to be the new format. Very, very excited about that. We are going to start that tomorrow. So tomorrow's episode is going to start an hour earlier than right now, an hour and 15 minutes. So wherever you are in the world, if you want to tune in, we're going to be talking to Peyton from the Wolves DAO and what he's building with Kazuna. You're going to have to be here about an hour sooner than the normal show. And going forward, that's going to be the schedule. We will also be putting the show on pause next week because we will be in San Francisco at GDC. There will be a lot of content from GDC. So, if you want to, pop into the comments, say hi, keep tabs on what's going on, definitely just keep an eye on the timeline and we're going to rock it. With that said, that is the housekeeping for today. Also, guys, by the way, the ticker is ETH. How about this ticker is ETH shirt, man? I got this at ETH Boston. Fire shirt. These are also like Dunkin' Donuts colors, the orange and the pink, which is just like a very Boston thing. So yeah, very, very excited about everything that we're doing. Thank you guys for rocking. Thank you guys for the support. Appreciate y'all. That's all the housekeeping that we've got for today. So let's get right into today's show. We got a lot to talk about, so let's jump right into it. But first and foremost, we got to thank the sponsors that make this show possible. Of course, Yield Guild Games. Let me pull them up real quick. Yield Guild Games, the official guild and patron publisher of Gaming Daily. Gotta always move the chair there. They're cooking. Waifu Rush is here. Sweep your way to glory in Waifu Sweeper with our all new weekly leaderboard. Very, very cool. Very, very fun. Waifu Sweeper is one of my favorite games building on YGG. Put the waifus aside, the strategy, the Minesweeper, it's Minesweeper with RPG elements. It's so fun. We actually have a bunch of content from Art Basel that we're editing right now that we're going to share with you guys. If you haven't tried it, I'm telling you, go try the game. You can play it in your browser. It's super fun. Try the game and tell me that you didn't have get into the strategy. With that said, guys, let's keep it moving. Over the weekend, Claude by Anthropic was the #1 downloaded app in the App Store, surpassing ChatGPT. Absolutely insane. This is kind of after the whole Department of War, Trump, you're sanctioned, get out of here. And then OpenAI partnered with the government, and then people were like, well, screw you guys, we're moving to Claude. It was crazy. People hated Claude, people loved Claude. The government declared war on Anthropic almost. It was absolutely insane. All of which led into freaking us actually going to war. I mean, we don't even have it. I didn't even want to touch on the politics. I don't even know what we would even pull up for that. Watcher Guru or something. I mean, yeah, there's craziness going on. Obviously, Israel attacked Iran, and it was a joint effort with the U.S. Iran retaliated, attacked Dubai over the weekend. It was absolutely crazy. Just now, they are closing the Strait of Hormuz, which is just, crazy. It was very scary. It was very alarming. We have a lot of friends in Dubai. War is terrible. Make peace, make love, not war. I mean, the Middle East is, what is there even to say? Thoughts and prayers, absolutely. I mean, in that regard, I think this is why, my practical philosophy of stoicism is loving every day, living every day, trying to take care of what you can control, tell your loved ones you love them, live life to the fullest, try and be a good person. It's tough. What can we do about the Middle East? In some ways, I mean, if you really got activated, you could have an impact. In other ways, what am I going to do? Just being honest, nothing. I'm going to try to take care of myself and my family and my loved ones and the people in my direct, circle of influence. And then hopefully through that, the world becomes a better place. But yeah, absolutely crazy to see all of that break out. And, yeah, we're just living in crazy times. With that, let's just keep it moving. Crypto Twitter was just activated this weekend. Activated across all cylinders. All cylinders. I mean, I always dude, I like to relax during the weekend, try to unplug, try and detach, go offline. And I had some family stuff that I was taking care of this weekend, but obviously I was on the timeline and I was seeing everything. A lot of it is engagement farming, rage baiting. A lot of it is just people posting misinformation or just trying to figure it out in real time, but ultimately adding to the noise and the confusion and everything. And on one hand, it's very entertaining. It can be very entertaining just to watch everybody just freak out. I mean, people were DMing is it over? What are we going to do? And it's just guys, calm down, relax. Guys, relax. It's going to be okay. It's going to, in the fog of, for lack of a better term, war, in the fog of war, there's just a lot of like, oh, things happening. It's like, let's let the dust settle and see where things are at. So originally, people were freaking out because, the crypto was listed under the prohibited industries for, disclosing paid sponsorships. And everyone's like, oh, we can't do this anymore. And this was paired with Twitter launching the new paid feature. That's not the one I want on. The paid partnership labels on posts, which is honestly something that I have been asking for from Elon, from Nikita, from Twitter for almost 2 years. I have been on my high horse, banging this drum, being like, guys, we need these tools because, it's just a really big problem in our industry. Well, finally, they are here. Paid partnerships are here, which is it's really great. I mean, dude, it's such an easy feature. I can't believe they didn't add it sooner. It's so ridiculous. But thankfully now finally, every other platform has these tools. Finally, we can properly disclose our paid partnerships. I did have a lot of fun trolling about it all weekend. Even today, I'm like, good morning with a paid partnership. And I mean, I don't care, man. I think it's hilarious. I posted this today, which also is getting nerfed because no one saw this. 200 views and nobody cares, which is interesting. I did get to meme about it with this one. I thought this was hilarious. Twitter KOLs having to add paid partnership to all of their posts today, which, by the way, I've already seen. I saw at least 5 to 10 posts that were ads and did not have paid partnership. And I'm just like, guys, come on. What are we doing? Shout out to Eli. This is a banger post. If you see a paid partnership, be proud of me for coming up from nothing to be able to monetize. That's a banger. That was a really great post. Shout out to Eli. I love that dude. So yeah, I mean, crypto gaming is inevitable. Paid partnership. Knobs Fund had tweeted this one out, which is hilarious. AVAX has never made any mistakes. Their employees are all incredible. Paid partnership. It's just so good. It's so good. Vo tweeted out AVAX paid partnership. So funny. I tweeted out YGG. Very, very funny. I also, was trolling about the McDonald's thing. I thought that was funny. So yeah, all of crypto Twitter was up in a roar. And here we are in this new normal where we've got paid partnerships. Who's actually going to come down on it? I mean, nobody. Well, here's the thing. It's this one. What is it? This one? Here's the thing. I actually think that we as an industry, crypto's always done a really good job. This is going to sound crazy to say, but I believe that crypto actually does a really good job of self-policing itself as an industry. I say that hesitantly because, yes, of course, we are littered with scams and BS and just anything that anybody can do to lie, cheat, steal, make a buck happens. But with that said, I mean, we do call, we have people like ZachXBT who are, on-chain sleuths and investigators releasing, exposés and, the DeFi people, right? The actual builders and visionaries do a really good job of trying to self-police itself as an industry, right? We did have the rate sheet that, went viral last year where a lot of people's prices were leaked or whatever. And now we are starting to see people snitching. People are going out and be like, this is a paid ad. You didn't disclose it. So I think a lot of people were able to get away with it or didn't know, they just didn't understand the culture. They didn't understand the responsibility to disclose paid partnerships because it wasn't in the culture to do that. It wasn't the standard because the tools weren't available. And so with this, like, setting the tone, I mean, this stuff comes from the top down, you know? If the platform is going to allow rampant violations of FTC guidelines, then I almost don't. I mean, I always am going to fault people for it, but I almost, like, I can't fault a lot of the people that were, like, uninformed. And a lot of people were just uninformed and then just never really took the time to get educated. There were definitely people that abused it. Don't get me wrong. People were abusing this, like, blatantly. And there's still people today abusing it. But what are you going to do? I mean, I'm not going to take up, like, a fight against everybody. You know, I'm just going to try and lead by example, right? Regardless, we're spending too much time on this. Paid partnerships are here, and we're moving in the right direction. Can we say that, like, about Twitter? Like, I feel good about Twitter for the first time in a long time. AI slop is getting addressed. Freaking InfoFi is done. No one is yapping or Laudio or any of the other BS that InfoFi brought on. SocialFi is dead. We don't have friend tech and all this crap just littering the timeline. People just, I don't know, like, I feel like things are getting so much better. And as someone who has been in it for 4 years, you know, it was good for a long time. It was really good for a long time. Last year was really freaking, I mean, InfoFi was such a problem. AI stuff was such a problem. And for the first time in like 12 to 18 months, it feels like things are getting better. So I'm really happy about that. Gentlemen, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about games. We got to talk about these games, brother. Call of Duty introducing Black Ops Royale, a new Blackout-inspired mode reimagined for Call of Duty Warzone on Avalon. Play for free starting March 13th. People were excited about this. People are saying Blackout is back. Rate Nikita 1 out of 10. My guy is clip farming. Listen, we have had a love and hate relationship with Nikita Beer. At times it's felt like he hated the crypto industry and he was like trying to kill it. And it was like, bro, like we are some of the biggest power users on this app. We spend 10 plus hours. We all pay for blue checks. We put so much content, time, passion, love into this app. And it feels like you're trying to it feels like you want us gone. And so it's been tough. It's been tough under that environment, but you can't deny the progress that he has been making. And credit to the man, dude. Like, it is not an easy job. I mean, look at this, dude. Look at Nikita Beer hitting, 90 million impressions, 80 million impressions in like a day? Like one day he hit almost, I mean, this chart is insane. This is the OpenClaw chart. He's like, I'm retiring, dude. Like, there's nowhere else I can go, man. This is the top. He does not have an easy job, right? I mean, shout out to Bold. Bold is hilarious. He does not have an easy job, right? And so I watched a bit of his podcast that he did, like the live interview video that he did, and credit to him, man. Credit to him. He was also making like $7 million a year, like working part-time consulting before taking this job after like being super successful in his other ventures. So he's like not necessarily doing it for the money. And he has in many ways like an impossible job. And I think you can't deny the fact that things have been getting better over very recently. Things have been getting much better. And so respect to Nikita. I am going to rate Nikita 7.2 out of 10 for his performance. That is your performance review, Nikita Beer. Thank you for coming. Get back out there. Keep doing a good job. And we will talk to you next quarter. But we're keeping our eyes on you, Nikita. We're keeping our eyes on you. All right, let's go back to Call of Duty. Call of Duty. Guys, we got to watch this trailer. 6.9 out of 10. One tweet. Everybody knows the rules. I mean, it's a COD trailer, right? Like, it's sick, but they're always going to be sick. Like, we know what COD is, you know? I do love a good battle royale. Don't get me wrong. Do love a good battle royale. Ooh, I'm a sucker for a good trailer. Oh, fire. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. I want to see that. I want to see that trick clip.
Upgrades here. Hiding something big down there.
Yeah. Yep.
Nice.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, Llama said it beautifully. If they can't get Battle Royale mode right, it's GG for the franchise. Looks great. Looks classic. Call of Duty. Like, you know, we know what it is. It's you know, it's Call of Duty. So that's really all I got. But it looks good. It looks good. Moving on, let's talk about the title of today's episode. Pokopia is the highest rated Pokemon game of all time. What? What? First of all, 90 with a score of 90 coming in March 5th, 2026, scoring 90. And second of all, Pokemon Y on 3DS at an 88. I'm not even sure. You know, the replies aren't great. Like, unfinished, rushed, started the decline, where Game Freak started dropping features. However, some other people are saying peak of the series. The last time Game Freak tried Masuda's magnum opus, iterated on all of the ideas of previous generations. More confused that Pokemon X has one less score than Y. Like, they're the same game. Okay, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. People are getting very excited about Pokopia. People in group chats are saying, I'm buying a Switch. You know, game looks great. I might have been wrong about this. I don't know. It didn't move me when we looked at it a few weeks ago. I mean, it moved me a little bit, but like not enough to like go buy a Switch. But maybe. I'm curious about like these game reviews and I don't like early gameplay. Like I'm not sure. I haven't seen enough. So I mean, can we even like? Is there any more searches? Oh, I did see this. This was pretty cool. Tokyo Metro customized one of its lines as Ditto to promote the release of the game. This is pretty cool. That's awesome, dude. That is look at that. Look at that. That is awesome. Shout out to Tokyo, man. Shout out to Ashley. Review from IGN. It is an enjoyable, personality-packed building simulator set in a surprisingly deep world that is stuffed with fun things for its delightful Ditto protagonist to do and create. They gave it a 9. Amazing. Very cool. I mean, hearing all of this like does make me. I mean, that's great. Oh my gosh. I mean. But this doesn't do it for me. Like seeing this gameplay, it just doesn't do it for me. That Charmander looks sick. Hell yeah. Seeing Charmander, but he's just like waiting while this girl just like builds out her little home. Charmander looks sick. I'll give it that. What the heck is this thing, dude? It is not. It is very risky to be just using Twitter search on stream without pre-vetting this stuff. It's cool. I'm glad to see people loving it. People having a good time. That's fun. I feel like for me, oh my gosh. I feel like for me, you know, I want the Pal World. I want the Pokemon with guns. I want like adult Pokemon, you know? Yeah, it's Pokemon Crossing. That's what people were saying. It's like Animal Crossing vibes, but with Pokemon. And I would need to know a little bit more about these ratings because how is this like over Pokemon Red, Pokemon Blue, Pokemon Yellow? Chroma Pokopia? Yeah. I don't know, dude. I grew up playing Pokemon Yellow, and to me, it's one of the greatest games of all time. But that's just because I love Pokemon. I guess I haven't stayed up to date with Pokemon games. How is this related bigger than Pokemon Go? You know, does that count? All right, guys, we're going to keep it moving. We got a bunch of stuff that we wanted to touch on, and we're already 40 minutes into the show. Can't wait for Pokopia. Doji says, shout out to Doji, man. I saw you guys in the 100X Discord the other night. Doji's dungeon or something like that. You got it. You even have like your own spot. I was actually going to stop by and say hi, but I'll be honest with you. I was feeling antisocial. It was late. And I didn't want to talk to anybody. I'm sorry, but I do love you guys. That made me feel good seeing you guys in VC. With that said, former Magic Eden goes off on a company leadership. So Deez was saying Magic Eden was dumb enough to sponsor someone for tweets who hated their entire business vertical and bragged about it in said sponsored tweets. Says more about how dumb the people over at Magic Eden are than the person they sponsored. First of all, Deez was throwing shots at ICO Beast, because he has been against NFTs. And said so in his Magic Eden sponsored tweet. So that's what she's referencing. Doji's Dojo. My bad. Not the dungeon. Dojo. My bad. Doji's Dojo makes more sense. See, I did it again. I can't even do it. Doji's Dojo. That's funny. I mean, the dungeon's cool too, man. Nothing wrong with the dungeon, man. Get down there. Tiff by the Ofana. Tiff, former Magic Eden employee who I met Tiffany and Vo when I hosted my crypto gaming award show in 2023 in Miami. They both came to the event. It was very nice to meet them. Tiff is a gangster. She is a badass, super qualified at what she does. I think she's no longer with Magic Eden. And she sounded off. She sounded off in the comments responding to D's, saying it's not the entire company's fault, just a certain leader who has no voice and prefers to hide behind KOLs instead. He then forces the org to contort to his own flaws and gets his team to find KOLs in the name of narrative control. Then legal says, oh, we have to disclose if we get KOLs to shill. And then you get the stupid worst of both worlds, explicitly paid shills, and then the junior hires have to be the meat shields to the company. So much work, so much waste that could have been simply avoided if one person just had the balls to say what needed to be said. They don't understand the fundamental truth that narratives are not controllable, and they assume the user is a stupid person who can be fed lies. Alas, this is unfortunately now the company DNA, and it may never change. You rack discipline, don't I see? That's so funny, dude. You rack discipline. That's so funny. No, it's all good, dude. It's all good. Yeah, dude. I mean, shout out to Tiff. I love seeing like the real opinions kind of being put out on the timeline. It sucks that like you only get this once people leave their jobs and the companies. Also, like slightly a little unprofessional. Could have been a little bit more, but hey, she's like, burn it down. So GG's to Tiff. Hope she's well. Next up, the Wolves. We talked about it. Are heading to GDC next week. There was like 3 of these vlogs posted. I'm filming all of this, by the way. That's the only reason you're not going to really see me in it, because I filmed all of this. Very excited. I fly out on Tuesday. I will be there Tuesday through Saturday. Cannot wait to be back. This will be like my 4th GDC. 23, 24, 25. 4th GDC in a row. Very blessed to be able to attend these events, see all of the homies, all of the friends. So excited to make a bunch of content to cover the event. There's some really cool events happening with Forecast, with Project O, with OpenSea, and just excited to be back with Peyton and Sam and the Wolves, and Predzor is going, Doug Hype is going. It's going to be a good time. Always is. And that is why there won't be any shows next week, guys. There's Oliver, there's Jerry, there's the Project O team, there's Sinjin, there's Yukin. Man, what a time to be alive. Matthew Buxton, Spike, Arbitrum, Dub, Michael Christine. So good, so exciting. Next up, guys, we got to talk about this. I almost made this the title of the show. This is probably the biggest crypto gaming news of the day. The Cambria presale is live. The only reason I didn't make it the title of the show is because we like literally made it the title of the show last week. But their long-awaited presale is live. We reviewed it in detail last week. They're trying to raise like $3 million at a $30 million FDV. The token design is really well done. It's some of the best token design that I've seen. So much so that everybody is really kind of talking about it and cheering it on. Cairo wrote an article saying the best economy crypto gaming has ever seen. I feel like he kind of took my stance a little bit, put it into this article here. Also, this is like, I love Cairo. I love Cairo so much. But this is like, these are AI articles. Cairo is not writing this much. No one is writing this much. No one is writing that much. I'm sure it's very well done and it's very well voice to dictation, very well researched. But I mean, if you're writing it with AI, I can't read this much, brother. I can't. It's too much. And he might see this because literally after we talked about Cambria in the last episode reacting to everything. He literally commented and tagged Logic and tagged Ben from Cambria. He's like, you guys got to watch Icy's like full reaction. Like he's saying what I'm saying. Like we're, and yeah, I love you, Cairo. Cairo's the best ever. Cairo's the best gamer that crypto gaming has ever seen, but I can't read that whole article. What I can read, though, is this tweet from Raiden. Raiden says that he just invested 5 figs. Damn, 5 figs, bro? Not even figs, it's just figs. It's a little fig here, a little fig there. Raiden got figs, dude. Damn. Raiden invested 5 figures into Cambria's presale. My thesis is simple. Cambria is in the top 3 of the crypto gaming industry, and it's not 3. Top 2, and I'm not 2. So he's calling it the first or second top game in all of crypto gaming. He says, if they can't succeed, I don't know who will. If I lose money here, I will mark crypto gaming as dead and move on to new ventures. Bro, I saw this and I was like, dude, if Raiden, this is how guys, can I be honest with you guys? This is how I feel too. Like if Raiden marks crypto gaming as dead and moves on, I don't know if I can be the last one standing. I don't know if I can be the last one. If crypto gaming is dead, dude, like I just don't know, guys. I don't know. It's already tough out here. Berna, shout out to Berna. So very cool. Clap it up for Raiden, putting his money where his mouth is. I think, well, we actually have a calculator. We're going to take a look at YP's calculator in a second. I think this is very real though. Like if they can't succeed, who the frick can? And oh man, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. But at the same time, that is a lot of pressure on Cambria to be the one to succeed. Like, damn, you're putting all that pressure on me? Damn. That means they have to succeed or else crypto gaming is dead. It's like, we got one shot. Damn. Let's take a look at YP's calculator here. So shout out to Yellow Panther. He vibe coded a quick calculator for Moon Math ROI, investing $1,000, estimated deposit of $3 million for the presale, launching at 100 million FDV. So the presale is raising at a $30 million FDV. And YP is calling for a 3x if they launch at $100 million FDV. He says he would even take a 2x in this market, free. I love Yellow Panther. I love Yellow Panther. Yellow Panther inspires me. I respect the hell out of Yellow Panther. I think he works incredibly hard. I think he is super freaking sharp, swaggy. Man's got motion and aura. I think he's super humble. He's always like super kind, always down for the squad, down for the homie. Like anytime he's like gone out of his way to support me. And I think that his calculator is dope. With that said, I don't think that Cambria is launching at $100 million FTV. I will eat my words on this if I'm wrong, and it'll be interesting to see. I think that they spike. I think they launch at 30 million. I think they spike up to 50, maybe 60. I could see them like high, like what's the term? What's the phrase? High topping. I could see them topping out at 70 million and then like ending the day at like 45 million and maybe like touching back at 30. And if it doesn't go well, like, or if like it doesn't have momentum and belief behind it, it's going to be underneath their pre-sale. People in the pre-sale will sell, and you know it'll be between 20 and 30 million, which is still really healthy. I like the fact that they're raising at a $30 million FDV. given their revenue. They had $7.5 million in revenue. Don't you guys forget. And so I think they're super healthy, and I think they've got a lot going for them. I do not think that they hit 100 mil. I will be surprised if they do more, go higher than 70 mil. That is my prediction. Not financial advice. I have no idea. I'm in the US. I can't invest. YP's calendar is calculator, very straightforward. I mean, it's very simple, guys. You're investing at a 30 million FDV. So calculate your ROI depending on where you think it gets to. For comparison, football.fun, their fun token, which they had $10 million in revenue, I think is at like a $45 million FDV right now. And they raised at a $60 million FDV. Yes, they were up. They pumped. I think they hit like 80, 90, maybe even 100. They top ticked. That's the term I was thinking of. Top ticked. They top ticked like 100 mil, and then it's been down. So that's kind of what I expect for Cambria as well. But I don't think that matters. I think the way that their game and economy and token is designed, they're building for the long term. It's not about it's really not even about investing in the pre-sale and like making ROI. It's just about playing the game and being a part of the ecosystem. What can you do in the US in terms of Web3 gaming play to earn? Honest question. Understand if you can't answer on stream. I mean, yeah, that's a loaded question, Llama. You can do you can play crypto games, you can get airdrops, you can get, play to earn tokens. The thing is, just in the US, you have to report everything. I think the laws are changing, but as of right now, I still believe basically every transaction creates a taxable event. So everything you do on chain is a taxable event, which is really complicated and really difficult. I think obviously the tax tools now for tokens have gotten really, really good. So it makes it a lot easier. But yeah, I mean, that's basically it. A lot of pre-sales you can't get into. A lot of KOL rounds you can't really get into. But I mean, there's ways around that stuff, allegedly. I wouldn't know anything about it, but I don't know anything about that. But you can, work with people who live in other jurisdictions, and there's ways that people get access to these things. With that said, we're going to keep it moving, guys. Few other news stories that we're just going to touch on real quick. GameFi had to die for it to become something new. Shout out to Justin Waldron. GameFi mindshare up to 15.2%, up 50% on a 7-day change, because Play.Fun was just crushing, getting a lot of attention, getting a lot of motion, a lot of people talking about it. They had a game, Capybara, kind of go viral, but between you guys and me, I think it was a little bit manufactured. I saw some content that was sponsored and, whatever. I mean, that's what they should do. They should, make some games go. But yeah, good to see some mind share coming back to crypto gaming. Listen, in Justin Waldron, we trust, man. I knew Justin was going to bring back some mind share, so not surprised about that. We're going to keep it moving. Hytopia removed 2 of their servers, Peru and Singapore locations. They needed to do this to prolong the project's runway. This should significantly reduce their costs. They were spending about $20,000 a month on server hosting infra. Crazy, absolutely insane. Good for them for cutting that out. With that said, they've also open sourced their game engine. Very exciting. They've announced that they've open sourced Hytopia's game engine under an MIT license. You can use, contribute, and get involved with Hytopia development here. And they published their GitHub. That's infra, brother. That is infra. I mean, servers aren't cheap, man. And they're trying to like service, entire regions and demographics and like, provide their game. And yeah, dude, game infrastructure is not cheap. It's very tough. It's very tough. I mean, that was the case for Pirate Nation. Dude, it was like $100K a month or like $50K a month for their two chains. Just like operating their chains was like either 50 or $100K a month. So they were spending a lot of money just to operate infrastructure, which is just like, how is that ever going to make sense? But they were doing it. Investor money, We're going to keep that going. Congrats to Hytopia. I saw Pixels, Luke Barakowski, actually repost this and comment on it, saying that this is awesome and amazing. And he actually wants to open source Pixels at some point, which I think would be really cool. So, GG's. In other news, Artery Chain shut down their L1 today. I've never heard of these guys before. I guess this is a part of Animalia Games, which I have heard of, and Play Memoria, which I think I've also, maybe not. I thought I had heard of it. Animalia Games I was following, so I guess this is a part of them. They had some grants, and yeah, they're just like, I guess they're not getting any further grants and they have limited resources, so they can't continue building, so they're shutting down. I saw a post from Luana. She was like pissed off about this. Pocket change, to be honest. Seabass in the building. What is up, Seabass? Good to see you, man. I miss you. I hope you're well. Man. We should hop on a call soon, man. Good to see you, man. Thanks for stopping by. Another L1 shutting down. Dude, wasn't the thing with AVAX that you could like run an L1 for like $500 a month or something like that? Like, wasn't the infrastructure supposed to be so cheap? I guess like this is business as usual for AVAX. Like, if they're going to be in the business of selling L1s where anyone can start an L1, which is just a subnet, by the way. They rebranded their subnets to L1s. It's not a true L1. It was just marketing. But if they're going to rebrand that to... Hold on one second. Oh. Dan in the building. Appreciate you, brother. They ran out of the $500 a month. It might have been $1,000. It might have been like $900 or something like that. But yeah, I don't know what's going on. I might need to hide. Doji says he might need to hide if Seabass is here. Seabass is on the Twitter chat. Dan is on the Twitter chat. Llama and Doji are on the Twitch chat. Love you, boys. Love you, boys. Yeah, if anyone can spin up an L1, you're going to have a lot of customers, and then you're going to have a lot of churn, which is what we're seeing. So maybe that's not as big of a deal. I don't know any of the details behind like their grants and the Retro 9000, but it's just kind of crazy that like, oh, we're not going to get any more money from the chain, so like we have to shut down. And yeah, I don't know, man. They've got, I've never even heard of these guys. And they had a bunch of stuff. I don't even know. That's the case, man. That's the case for what else is new, right? We're going to move on, guys. We do have an update from the Valhalla Foundation. Dude, I saw this update and I was like, I have not thought about them in so long. I was like, they're still doing things? You guys remember Infinigods? Dude, Infinigods was supposed to be one of them ones. Kind of really sad that they, I don't know, weren't able to figure it out. We thought they were supposed to be one of the ones, dude. These guys were like Fableborn before Fableborn. It was like Infinigods and Fableborn were like, okay, mobile, distribution, mobile games, good monetization, good game design. We believe the God token was like hailed as like the best thing ever, dude. And that's been the problem with the space. I mean, they were one of the early ones to launch their token and then really start to underwhelm and underdeliver, and kind of you know, I'm not gonna say they opened the floodgates for everyone else to do the same, but like, you know, everyone after just like, yeah, it was just like fumble after fumble after fumble. I don't know. So I don't know. They're we gotta unstake. So they're shutting down their staking website. They took a snapshot, and wallet addresses will continue to receive rewards as if you were staking. So rewards are continuing, but they're just like, guys, like, we're going to decommission the website because maybe that service was too expensive. So this is probably good, you know, saving costs or whatever. And they're continuing rewards, and you don't need to stake. But if you were staking God token, anybody that was, you got to get that out, because when is it being decommissioned? I don't think it says. So that's your Valhalla Foundation update. Next up, the Legends of Ymir Championships were concluded. The winner, Asia 1, are the Ymir Cup World Champions. There were live streams over the weekend. Electric event. People were tuning in. I mean, I've got the videos here. 22,000 views on YouTube the first day for the semifinals. I don't know if I can get that on stream. Day number 2, 14,000 views on stream. Incredible work. Let's see if we can get something over here.
3, I believe they are on. Looks like Asia 1 is maybe trying a different tactic here.
Trying to get to the end here.
Because in World
Congrats to them. Congrats to them. Quite the production that these guys put on too. Look at this. Look at this. What an event that they put on. Apparently there was like some controversy though.
For you guys, why don't you join me?
I don't know what the controversy was. Let me read about it. Apparently, let's see. The game was stalled out enough for the timer to run out, and Asia 3 had the highest points, but Asia 1 was holding the crown at the end. And this is the core of the issue, because the crown holder equals additional points for Asia 1. Apparently the win condition, this is what matters. The win condition was that any player holding the crown then takes it and channel inside their base wins the match. The game committee decided that Asia 1 would be the final winner, and they based it on a rule that wasn't mentioned in the printed rulebook. Apparently, it is a developing story, but yeah, it was even being mentioned on some of their live streams and whatnot. Asia 1 fought against Korea and also won, apparently, on day 2 during the live stream. So not without a little bit of controversy. I have to question how many teams were there. Well, I think that this was a long-standing championship tournament where we had covered it on Gaming Daily. I think it started maybe back in like December or January. So I think there were qualifiers up to this event, and I mean, they put on a really good show. So yeah, I mean, congrats to Legends of Ymir. I love to see stuff like this. I think Legends of Ymir is hailed as one of the winning crypto games. And to see them put on an event like this is freaking sick. We Made has a lot of money, so We Made can afford to do stuff like this. And so GG's. It is like, you know, it is Asia, and it's a different market and different demographic. They don't get too much coverage in the Western markets. But we try to cover them more because, you know, they made like $1 billion last year or something like that, like as a Web 2 company. Anyways, we're going to keep it going, guys. Pandemic Labs, the viral game designers on Solana, update on virus buybacks. The market doesn't seem to care about projects buying their tokens back off the market. So we're going to stop wasting our money under the current conditions. Instead of pouring more into price support, we're reallocating capital towards building and scaling their upcoming games. Their focus is growing games like Jail.Fun and investing in long-term product expansion. 25% of revenue from Addicted will still be used to buy back Virus. However, for future games, we will explore other mechanisms to align our games with long-term believers. I guess that's good. I don't know much about these guys, so I don't know much about their Ponzi games. Obviously, we talked about Jail.Fun, like people losing money. I like to see them like say like, hey, we're trying to figure out things that make sense. It's just like, it's so annoying that we're here where so many people launched tokens and had such bad design that like even buybacks, you know, don't work. And I said that from the beginning. I posted about like fundamentally buybacks are like a problem. Like, yeah, it's all a mess. It's such a mess that it's not even worth us talking about. Moving on, we got MapleStory adding 96,280 players and boosting their transactions by almost 200% in their winter update. This is an article on blockchaingamer.biz. GG's to MapleStory. You'll love to see it. The game saw 96,000 new players and over 34,000 lapsed players returning. Very, very cool. That's what you love to see. Give me more updates like that. Keeping it going. Games Azuki Alley Escape closes season 1 with 315,000 players and millions of runs across Telegram. This was the game ecosystem from Animoca Brands Game E with a game with an extra E. They made this Azuki Alley Telegram game. This is when people were still like really, you know, bullish on Telegram games. It's funny how no one talks about Telegram games anymore. Like, is Telegram gaming just dead? It's not that impressive to get 315,000 players because I think like the ads and the communities and the ways that people are like getting people to play Telegram games is pretty figured out at this point. However, on the other hand, like, I mean, it's also hard to be like, dude, 315,000 players like playing a game. Like, that's pretty dope. That's pretty dope. Azuki NFTs were quite the OGs. They even invented a stand. Yeah, no, dude, Azuki is them, man. Azuki's one of the best IPs that we still have. They still have that feel. And that's why we talk about them so often. I think that this was like a licensed IP collab that they were doing. So, you know, cool to see. Good to see these updates. Congrats to them. We'll have to see like what, excuse me. We'll have to see how that continues to evolve. Are they driving revenue? Are they building the brand? Are they coming back with season 2? Like, we've talked about this. We follow it, but like, what's the net impact and result? Yeah, I guess I did yawn at the numbers. Let's see, guys. Few updates, and then we're gonna close out the show. Thousands is minting tomorrow. their wildcard Premier League something. Not even really sure. They said with a 1 hour sellout in week 1, we want to improve reach to our global audience with its expanded 3 phases schedule. I'm so confused by this. Like, I love thousands and wildcards so much. I don't even know what this is. This is a mint for what? I don't know how week 1 sold out. I didn't even know about it. And now there's another week 2 mint. I'm very confused. I try and give them love. I try and give them support. I try and understand what they're doing, but I'm confused. Ave Forge. Not confused about Ave Forge. Their $1,000 Iron Dawn PvE tournament begins March 9th. Mark your calendars. Monday, 1 week from today. For 14 days, your performance will determine your ranking, and your ranking will determine your rewards. They got $1,000 US up for grabs. Very cool. GG's to the boys. Yeah, Berna works with them now. Berna got hired by Ave Forge as their I forget what his role was. But congratulations to Berna. Congratulations to Ave Forge. We talked about it on stream. We covered it on stream. Speaking of card game tournaments, SoulForge Fusion is back with their seasonal battle pass, and it is stacked with a bunch of goodies. So go check that one out. Former official game of Gaming Daily. And the new official game of Gaming Daily, courtesy of our publishing partner, YGG Play, who is the sponsor of today's episode, wants you to know that Waifu Sweeper is live with their Waifu Rush. Sweep your way to glory in Waifu Sweeper with an all-new weekly leaderboard. Oh my God, I tried to say that so cool, and then I just didn't. I had llama in my head with my accent. Solra Dekalos. Waifu Rush is here. Shout out to the waifus. waifusweeper.com. What's it? waifusweeper.fun. Super fun game. Probably the best game that they have developed and published. Waifus aside, I do like the strategy of the game. So go check them out. And thank you, YGG, for sponsoring Gaming Daily. Thank you, AI Rev, for being our partner on the show. Thank you to you guys. Dan, Mount Doji, Llama, Ice and Dark, Seabass, everybody pulling up, showing love. This has been Gaming Daily Live. My name is Icy Gaming. It's been a banger of an episode. I appreciate you. We had TSG in here earlier. Love you guys. It means so much. Remember, new schedule for the show. You guys might have missed it. For everyone who tuned in late or, came in halfway through. New schedule for the show. Today is the last day that we have our normal schedule. Tomorrow, we are starting at 5 p.m. EST, which is 1 hour earlier than I normally go live. So whenever you usually tune into the show, put that an hour sooner. That is when we will be live. I hope that add more comment tickers on screen. Yeah, I got to get the comments back on here. I hope that we don't lose any of you guys. I love you guys. I love you guys coming on stream. I love you guys hanging out. It's so much fun chatting. But we are making some changes to the show time and format. We are moving to just covering a few of the main topics for the day for about the first 30 minutes. And then we will be bringing on more guests and more interviews to the show. So tomorrow we have Peyton coming from the Wolves DAO to talk to us about Kazuna and the Wolves events at GDC next week. On Wednesday, we're going to have Tim Yoista from Project O and Origins TCG. And on Thursday, we'll have Sam Stefanina from Remix and Gamified also telling us about the Wolves events at GDC. Going to be a very exciting week of Gaming Daily Live. But remember, it starts at 5 p.m. EST. We'll talk about the news for about 30 minutes, and then we'll bring on our guest of the day. The show is moving back 1 hour. That is right, Llama. I appreciate y'all. Thank you guys for tuning in. It means a lot. Keep gaming. keep being humble, keep chasing after those dreams. It's a hard world, hard market out there, but just remember that your only job is to do the best that you can do, to be the best version of you. And sometimes that is a high level version. Other times it is just getting through the day, and that's perfectly okay. But you know, keep doing your best out there, boys. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.
These are facts.
And what do you plan to do if this whole dream of yours doesn't work
That
out?
doesn't even enter my consciousness.
It's only a matter of time before I'm staring at you from the cover of a Wheaties box. These are facts.
And what do you plan to do if this whole dream of yours doesn't work
That
out?
doesn't even enter my consciousness.